This video is sponsored by OneFootball. OneFootball's app makes it easy to keep up to date with transfer news, scores and stats all in the one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description. The app is free. To watch more of this video, get over and join us on Patreon.
Let's get into it. Yesterday you did the daily, and you mentioned it was Tim Cahill was on beIN Sports with Andy Gray, Richard Keys, Paul Robinson, the ex-Blackburn and Spurs goalkeeper, and he was asked after the Everton. This was Sunday, sorry. He was asked after the game about Everton need a striker. What are the realistic possibilities? Who could they go and get? And you know, off the top of his head, he just said, "Well, if you want a striker out there who can play that role that Dominic Calvert-Lewin can play, who's the best one I can think of off the top of my head?" He said Diego Costa. And Richard Keys was slightly taken aback by this, and he said, "Well, hang on. Everton have got the money to pay wages. They've got the money to pay transfer fees. So why not? Why not?" That's basically what he's saying. He said, "You've asked me a question, and I'm going to answer the question." So I think we put the video on Twitter, and a lot of people are like, this doesn't fit into the Everton model going forward. But just on the player himself, forget about getting him and could we get him and all the rest of it. Just on the player, what do you think about Diego Costa as a player? What could he do for this Everton team?
I think as a player, I think he's a fantastic front man. I think his hold-up play is excellent. He's horrible, when he gives you that focal point. We saw Costa light the week before at Fulham in Mitrovic. Costa's
maybe not light. But
Costa's miles better than him, by the way. So from that perspective, I think he's a great player.
Yeah.
And the issue I have with it is he seems to be, and it's only persona, so we don't know, but he seems to be a bit of a moody person.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how good he is in the dressing room.
Okay.
And so strong characters sometimes like that can be a little bit divisive. And if we're trying to build something that's everyone's together in, it may not work. But the other thing, even with all that said, yes, he's a batter, but could he give us the mobility that we're looking for in a 4-3-3 with Bernard and Charles on either side of him? But Lewin's in there, and I'm not saying that Dominic Calvert-Lewin's better than Diego Costa. I'm just talking about a model like for like. Is he mobile enough? He's had quite a few injuries this season for Atletico Madrid as well.
He hasn't been good. Don't think he's been anywhere near his best.
No.
I mean, last season we tried to get him, didn't we?
Yeah.
We tried to get him.
I believe he was close. It was close to coming on loan.
We even saved that number 19 shirt
did.
for him, and then ended up giving it to Yass as being a stopgap striker. I think though, he listen, if you to go back a couple of years and look at his Chelsea form, he is perfect. He is perfect. He's still perfect for Chelsea. That player who occupies centre backs and occupies space and doesn't give anyone a minute and knows they're in a battle with. If you're playing someone up front on their own, he's one of the best out there. But it's whether you're thinking about the Diego Costa 2 years ago, or you're thinking about Diego Costa now, and that's the battle, isn't it? That's the battle you face, in your head. And it hasn't quite worked for him, Atletico Madrid. I know it was about going back, but it hasn't quite worked. And you wonder whether maybe Atletico Madrid have moved actually on from playing that kind of striker now. I know his relationship with the manager's brilliant and stuff like that, but you wonder whether it's moved on. But let's just say in the summer, he's fit, he's ready to go, he's looking for a new challenge. Would we be the right challenge? Could we get him?
I think he'd want big money. I think he'd cost a big fee. Does he fit into Marcel Brand's, Marco Silva's profile of player? He's 29, is he now? 28, 29. His injury record, like I said before, ain't great. You're right, as a forward and taking the battle to players, you know, going to Anfield and having Costa against Van Dijk, then yeah, he'd give Virgil van Dijk a bit of a rough afternoon, I should imagine. But again, you said it right at the start there, are we thinking of Diego Costa, you know, 2017, rather than what Diego Costa 2019 is? And I don't know, I'm just not sure in terms of what we'd be getting for such a big outlay for a player that age. And the disruptiveness, and I don't know if he is, it's just what was put around the whole Chelsea thing. I don't know whether we would want that in our dressing room, but he's as a football player, he's a fantastic player.